Was it the voice? Was it the fire burning in me? All of the noise turned into choirs of harmony.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. This is Viper Shady with a brand new vlog. Then today in this video, we're going to talk about this bike, and this is KTM Duke 390. It was purchased on 2017 and the cost price in Bhutan was 3 lakhs plus, 3 lakhs 1,000 something. So we will talk to the rider of the bike and we will give you the ownership review, and definitely we'll talk about the pros and cons. Like if any riders who wants to purchase this bike as a second-hand bike, so you will also get the review out here. So before I talk about this bike, I'm gonna show the 360 view. Stay tuned with the video. It's going to be really fun today. This is an Australian brand bike, and in India it is produced by Bajaj. Okay, Bajaj, like KTM and Bajaj, like they are collaborated and they are produced by Bajaj. So guys, in Bhutan we just get imported bikes. So we also have a showroom in Thimphu. So if you need any parts and all, it would be really easy to get. And we're going to talk about this beast riding experience, and I'm also give you my experience on the bike. Okay, later on, like with the proper video. And so it's time to introduce to the rider, KTM rider. And before he used to be a Yamaha rider, so he switched from R15M to KTM 390. So guys, I introduce you Mr. Tenzin. Please bro, come forward. So
how are you?
I'm very fine.
Yeah.
So he is the KTM rider, bro. So bro, tell us about the bike.
I purchased this on 2017.
Okay.
It cost me around 3 lakh 1,000 something.
Okay.
It's KTM Duke 390.
Okay, bro.
It produces around 43 horsepower.
Yeah, definitely.
It's 373.2 cc.
Okay.
Liquid coil engine, single cylinder.
Okay. So, how was your experience on this bike? What is the kilometer that is attached?
I rode around something, say 62,000 something.
Okay, so this bike has run 62,000. And what are the changes? What are the difficulties that you faced? Well, like what are the maintenance that you did in this range?
Servicing ma pura expensive sir.
Okay.
Really expensive.
Yeah, servicing is very definitely.
Pura expensive sir त्यो.
के पार्ट्सहरु चेन्ज गर्नु भयो तपाईले यसको हैन अब हल्का लगभग मेन प्रब्लम के थियो इन्जिन प्रब्लम लाइक इन्जिनहरु खोले कि
दिन्थ्यो
ओके
जको इश्यू के भने त्यो बिग्रेको थियो
ओके
चेन्ज गर्यो अनि त्यति मात्रै त्यो अरु प्रब्लम त केही थिएन इट्स अ भेरी पावरफुल मेसिन
okay yeah. So like the riders himself told me that once it has a problem with the engine ECU something that's inside and bike wasn't getting started, so there was a problem with that, and he went to some KTM showroom at India because Bhutan can't fix it because we don't have that service center out here. I think Bhutan just have the sales room. So he fixed it there, and it's like all the KTM riders, no matter what cons that it has, it won't be a problem to all the KTM lovers and KTM riders. And the brother has already told you about this bike is really powerful, and it has run around 63,000 plus kilometer, and it was purchased on 2017, so it is 2024, and it's really like it has the same power, like right bro, as it has the same power like
once I used to rode R15M.
Yeah,
150 cc.
Okay.
After switching it to KTM Duke 390, you can feel the power.
Exactly bro.
You can feel the difference, the power
definitely. This bike definitely pulls, like man, when this bike pulls, you feel like your body is also going along with the engine. That is a thrill that you get. Instantly it pulls, and I think this bike is like MT-15 only. I'm just talking about the chassis, okay? It's a naked bike and it's short like MT-15, so it's very easy, bro. And in traveling in the highway, in the like in the street also, this bike performs very well.
very
But
fun
what is the
riding.
one biggest issue that you faced with this bike?
It's a hitting. It gives me a hitting issue
Yeah,
because it's a little bit high CC bike.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Being, you know, like 373cc bike, it is very raw, you know, like
Yeah, it gives
it is
a
the
raw
second
power.
generation KTM Duke 390. The first generation has the analog display. This has the, you know, the LCD display with the bigger display. You know, it looks
Yeah.
very nice and beautiful. But still, this bike is running very well. It gives you, it will definitely
Gives you the raw power.
yeah, raw power, and it will definitely make you feel better. This is a KTM 390 Duke, bro, with much power and much torque. It's very good for adventure as well. So definitely you need to do some servicing and you need to do the maintenance cost.
Test ride on Duke 390 BS4.
Okay guys, ready to race. Let me get on the beast. It's much heavier than ignition on. Already on the first gear. Oh ho ho. Okay, second gear. It's pulling like a beast. I am loving the sitting position. It's upright and much comfortable. I really love the way this bike moves. It feels like I'm riding MT-15 that has much power. I really love the bike, you know. Honestly, this is like, look at the way it pulls. Wow. It pulls instantly. If you're thinking of buying this bike, you really need to think of the heating issue.
Was it the fire burning in me? All of the noise turned into choirs of harmony. Left me with the pieces of forever that you broke. But since you left me
So guys, the first pros of this bike is powerful engine. So it is one of the most powerful engine that you will get at its class. Just being 373cc, but it really gives a better power performance than other bikes like Continental GT, like 650. There's that bike, and there's also Yamaha R3. Yeah, R3 might be smoother in the power delivery. It gives the smooth power delivery, but this is a raw beast. Every rider should try this bike. While parking and while taking off from the garage, you might feel the weight, because even I felt that weight, okay. But while riding, this bike is so lightweight and it is so short, you know, like it's very easy for maneuvering in the city, and it has the best top end. So even if you are at the city, it will make you feel like very nice, easier to, you know, struggle, easier to turn, and in the highways it will give you the performance. So stylish design, you know, this bike looks like, you know, like when you look at this bike, it is not that huge, you know, like it has all the curve and craft and creases, that it's built in a premium way, you know, like this is a 2017 bike, and nobody tells that this bike is like that much old while looking at this bike, because the design of the bike is so much stylish, you know, DRL that you get, the orange color, that frame that is there. So this bike is one of the stylish bike at this segment. So when you look at the like Dominar 390, like Dominar 400 or Dominar 250, and when I look at this bike, honestly, to my preference, I feel that this bike is way better when it comes to the outlooking of, you know, like when we look at this bike, you will never get tired of looking at this bike. Definitely it has the, you know, cut and creases that the company has kept. So I feel that it is better looking than other bike at this segment. To me, okay, it can differ to all the riders. I'm not telling bad about the Dominar 400 because it is adventure bike, and this is like more of a street, and it is used for highway rides. The front USD suspension, which is much bigger, and the monoshock, that, you know, the suspension that is there, and that is also very nice. It's very fun to ride, flickable, and even in the highway, you know, ride. So this bike is really fun to ride. So, you know, like, and it is like feature loaded, like you can toggle with the ABS and all, you can turn off ABS off and on. That's one of the features. So when this bike got upgraded, like from BS3 to BS4, BS6, BS7, and the features are also getting increased. So definitely this bike has been out here in the market for so long, so you can trust this bike, and that's the pros of this bike. To all the KTM lovers and Duke lovers, especially 390 lovers, you will not have a problem, because all the coins has, like every coin has two sides, right? It has the positive and the negative side. So we're going to talk about the negative sides. First cons of this bike is that just to improve the handling, KTM has given the steep suspension, be it a front suspension or the back monoshocker. So it has the steep suspension, which helps you in good ride in the highway. Okay, but the problem is that you get tired while riding, while doing long ride or while going for long adventure. Because comparing to R3, this bike being 390, you know, Duke 390 has much vibration, and I think it has a heating issue as well. So a lot of people talk about this, you know, that the engine is getting heated and you really get, sometimes the ignition get cut off, you know, and that's one issue of KTM Duke 390. It has a split setup of seat, but then its seat comfort is not that much good. Maybe it's best for the rider, but for the pillion it sucks. Definitely it has a good grab rail to grab on it, which is much, you know, like sturdy, and it is build quality is very good, but then the comfort of the pillion is, you know, it's bad, you know. Let's talk about Duke 200 and NS 200. You know, this bike has almost same engine and it is produced by the same company in India, but then when you look at the price difference, NS come around 1,41,000 and the Duke 200, okay, the smaller version of this bike only, it comes around 2 lakhs plus. You can see the price there itself. So when you compare this bike's price with its segment other bike, definitely this bike has a much, you know, you need to pay much for this bike, but that's worth, because you know you have to like make sure that this bike it is premium bike, that's why the price is also higher. And next thing is that it has the higher initial cost and maintenance cost, so that's something that you should really keep in mind while buying this bike. And if you are staying away from the town and city, and if you don't have a KTM service center, there will be a problem for you to get the parts also. So it has 13.5 liter fuel tank, and this fuel tank is not sufficient for a long ride. The fuel tank has a short range ride, you know, because its mileage, it gives a less mileage. So because of that, you know, you need to frequently, like, you know, put in the fuel, because its tank range is shorter than the other bikes. So while comparing to R3, Yamaha R3 has a good mileage, but this bike has a good performance, but it lacks in a tank range. 13.5 liter tank is smaller, I guess, for me, because that's what I feel. So that is the pros and cons about this bike. So the next thing that I'm going to touch about is about chapri. So you know, like a lot of people, like I find people talking about this bike, you know, KTM is a chapri bike. I don't know why people say this, because you know, like this is a bike from a premium motorcycle producing company which is at Australia, and it has like, it is like all over the world now. Anybody asks to anyone, you know, like they will be talking about the KTM. It used to be my, you know, dream bike one time, and it has the other segment bike, bigger segment bike like KTM 12,000 and KTM Adventure. There are so many bikes, you know, that are produced by KTM, and they are very premium, when be it in price range or be it in the power at its segment. You know, it has the initial, it has the top end, so it is like, you know, it's the premium bike that have been produced by these companies. But then like the riders who are, you know, riding this bike in a bad way, they are coloring their hair like the, you know, the suspension, like the color that has on the bike, and these people who are misusing this bike are making this bike look like a chapri. So that's something that I really felt, you know, like bad about that, because now it feels like in India, like even when I ride this bike, God, there's a chapri rider, people would talk about that, because this bike used to be so much priceless, you know, like when I was young, I used to look up to this bike and I wanted to own this one time. But when I grew to this age where I can purchase one, now I feel like that I don't want to get this bike, because people call it this is chapri. People who got the bike, they misused it. They took, you know, they did that couple videos, that the stunt, because this bike is very, it is so powerful that it can be easily toggled on. It is very easy to do stunt and all. It is made in such a way that, you know, you can do anything with this bike. People sometimes sit on the bike and ride like this doesn't have to even get controlled. So because of these people, like the group of people who are chapri, who looks like a clown, they made this bike look chapri. So that's what people call it. So this will not be a problem to KTM lovers. Brand itself is very premium. Most of the people can't even purchase it. It looks like a super bike, bro. You shouldn't say that. So guys, after all, I just want to say thank you so much guys for joining to the video. I'll definitely come with a better vlog. So see you in the next video. Be safe, take care of yourself. Until then, see you in the next video.